Good evening, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I cannot emphasize how much I am disgusted by the woke ideology that has infected every corner of the United States. And unfortunately, it's spreading around the world. The woke ideology is the ideology of pink hair, nose rings, bursting guts, and all sorts of filth and degeneracy. I want to vomit every time I open a dating app. Every time I go in public, all I see are beautiful women that scar themselves with tattoos, nose rings, dye their hair insane clown colors. I'm sick of it. I'm disgusted by it. And there's a company that exemplifies the woke, that exemplifies the filth that has infected our society. That company is Starbucks. Every day, I go to Chipotle. I go to Chipotle, and for some reason, there always seems to be a Starbucks attached to Chipotle. And what do I see when I'm walking in to get my big, thick burrito? I see a bunch of disgusting people walking into Starbucks and being greeted by absolutely hideous employees. And I see very rainbowy flags everywhere. The ideology of death. And it ruins my day. I just want my burrito. And what do I see? Filth, disgustingness. So in this video, we're going to set up the bull case for Dutch Bros, an amazing company that I am super bullish on because they make good coffee and they're not woke, degenerate clown filth. So let's go ahead and dive in first to the most recent earnings of Dutch Bros. And then we're going to compare them to Starbucks. And I cannot wait for the day when this company dethrones, takes down, annihilates, eviscerates, exterminates Starbucks. Please, Lord, give me this one victory. The age of filth is hopefully coming to an end. So Dutch Bros reports their second quarter 2025 financial results, and they achieved 28% revenue growth year over year. This is a very fast growing company. Do you want to know what Starbucks achieved in their most recent quarter? They achieved revenue growth year over year of 3.75%. Ooh, baby. That's basically the rate of inflation. Starbucks has peaked. Now, if we go look at Starbucks' stock price, it's been in the doldrums, okay? Over the past 5 years, it's up 14.69%. This gives me an indication that this company's having a hard time growing. Let's go check out Dutch Bros. I hope they've had fantastic returns. Over the past year, Dutch Bros is up 105% and up 174% on the 5-year chart. This gives me hope for humanity. And Dutch Bros has a lot of market share they can take from Starbucks. So Starbucks' current market capitalization is $100 billion. This woke, disgusting company is worth $100 billion if you bought the whole company. Dutch Bros only worth $11.21 billion. This company's got a lot of room to grow. Please, Lordy. All right. So they delivered 6.1% system-wide and 7.8% company-operated same-shop sales growth. So not only are they making new stores, but they're growing revenues at their old stores that they've already made. Starbucks has the opposite problem. They have traffic issues. Woo! So let's see what they did. They opened 31 new shops, 30 of which were company-operated across 13 states. Total revenues grew to $415 million. System-wide same-shop sales increased 6.1%, and system-wide same-shop transactions increased 3.7%. I think people like going to get coffee and not being greeted by a tatted-up, nose-ringed hog. That's just my personal opinion. I would gladly go to Dutch Bros. Gladly go to Dutch Bros over Starbucks, okay? I just want to see a normal person Hi, Chris. How are you? I'm great. I don't want to see eye rings and nose rings and disgusting contorted bodies and filthy tattoos covering everything, every inch of your body. No, I just want to see a normal person. I know that's a lot to ask. Company operated shops revenues increased 28.9%. Company operated shops gross profit was 92 million as compared to 70 million. Company operated shops gross margin, which includes 120 basis points of pre-opening costs, was 24%. Selling general and admin was 65 million. And net income was 38.4 million. So, what's their guidance? Total revenues are now projected to be between 1.59 to 1.6 billion for the full year 2025. Let's look at Starbucks' at least their 2024 revenue. So their 2024 revenue was 36 billion. $36 billion. That's a lot of revenue that Dutch Bros can come after. And yes, Starbucks is more international, but hey, maybe Dutch Bros can get there too. Maybe they already are. Same shop sales growth is now expected to be approximately 4.5%. And total shop openings in 2025 are estimated to be 160. Woo, baby. I am so excited. Now, let's compare some margins, okay? So, first of all, we have gross margin, which is the profit that you get from selling the products. Okay, that's before selling general administrative expenses, interest, and taxes. So, Dutch Bros' gross margin is 28.87%. And they've been able to slowly but steadily increase their gross margin. Let's compare that to Starbucks. Starbucks' gross margin is contracting, and it's now 23%. So for every sale that Dutch Bros makes, they're making more profit as a percentage on each sale than Starbucks. Dutch Bros' operating margin is absolutely exploding, okay? They were barely profitable back in 2022. Now their most recent operating margin is 13.57%. Starbucks is 10%. Oh no, what happened to DEI? Profit margin for Dutch Bros came in slightly lower than Starbucks, unfortunately, but growing rapidly at 6.16% versus Starbucks' most recent quarter of 7.17%. Dutch Bros' free cash flow margin, however, was higher in the most recent quarter at 8.58% versus Starbucks' 6.14%. Ain't it beautiful? Now, let's go look at EPS growth. So, Starbucks' earnings per share growth has basically been flat. Okay, it's actually declining. Look at their earnings per share. 2020, obviously, bad year, whatever. Look at the trend. What's happening to Starbucks? Declines in profits. Wonderful. Let's look at Dutch Bros' earnings per share. Let's see. Oh, growing rapidly. The most recent quarter, they grew earnings per share 73%. So you're buying a company whose profits are growing by 73%, at least as of the most recent quarter, year over year, compared to a contraction of 35%. Now, let's look at valuation. So Dutch Bros has a PE ratio of 131 and a forward PE of 82. Oh, that's so high. Why is that high? Because they're growing rapidly. Let's look at Starbucks. Starbucks forward PE for a company that's barely growing revenues and has declining EPS has a forward PE of 35. That seems a little pricey to me. I don't know about you. So let's go look at some more valuation stuff. All right. Ratios. So we know the PE. Price to sales of Dutch Bros is 5.16. Starbucks' price to sales, Starbucks, 2.77. So you're paying more for a dollar of revenue, but Dutch Bros isn't disgusting and gross, and they're actually growing revenues pretty quickly. Price to free cash flow. So you're paying $44.58 for $1 of trailing cash flow for Starbucks. For Dutch Bros, the price to free cash flow, unless I'm blind here. Hold on. Do they even have it on here? Oh, here it is. 152. Now you may say, wow, that's expensive. Well, let's compare price to well, number one, if a company's growing and making a lot of capital expenditures, you're going to have low free cash flow. Okay. The free cash flow is not the end all. It's not the one metric. Free cash flow is impacted by capital expenditures. Go look at Amazon. Sometimes they have crappy free cash flow and sometimes they have amazing free cash flow. Is Amazon a bad business because they have sometimes low free cash flow? No, because they make an ungodly amount of investments. And when those investments pay off, they can generate future cash flows from those investments. So price to free cash flow 152. Price to operating cash flow of Dutch Bros is 40 compared to Starbucks of 20. So you're paying double. You're paying $40 for $1 of operating cash flow, but Dutch Bros is growing very rapidly and Starbucks is contracting. And hopefully the era of woke is ending. Okay. So Starbucks is a disgusting piece of trash. Okay. Look at the free cash flow yield, 2.24%. The free cash flow yield is 2.24%. The earnings yield is 2.62%. Wow, that's a huge profit right there. Let's go look at Dutch Bros. If they even have it here. Earnings yield, a lot lower. And free cash flow yield, a lot lower. But they're growing faster. Look at the return on equity of Dutch Bros. 11.37% versus Starbucks. Where is it at? They have it all over the freaking place. Of 17%. So on the surface, at least on a lot of metrics, Starbucks looks better. Oh, they have better yields, better return on capital. Oh my God. Everything is contracting. This is a good thing. Now, is Starbucks stock in a vertical line? I don't know. I would not personally, if I had to pick a stock, I think Dutch Bros personally has a brighter future than Starbucks. And I am ideologically opposed to this clownish company, this disgusting clownish company. So I am massively bullish on Dutch Bros, both from a human standpoint and from an ideological standpoint and from a rational standpoint. Dutch Bros is still pretty tiny. They only have a $10 billion, $10 billion, $11 billion market cap. They got a lot of room to grow. And I think most people, when they go to a coffee shop, they just want to have good coffee and not see disgusting flags and disgusting people everywhere. What do you think, guys? Do you agree with me? Are you bullish on Starbucks? I'm personally not. I've never been a fan, and I've never got the appeal of Starbucks. Dutch Bros is like new and exciting, right? Oh my God. It's a new company. Let's go try it out. Starbucks is like, you go in there, everything's freaking overpriced. Everything's woke. Everything's clownish. There's nothing appealing about Starbucks. If I wanted a coffee, I could go to Walmart. I could go to McDonald's. So I go to 7-Eleven. That's where I mostly go. Coffee is an incredibly competitive business. And when you brand your company with filth and degeneracy on top of that, I'm not bullish on you. Okay, maybe Seattle and California will keep you afloat. But overall, no. And then you got to factor in Starbucks has a lot of competition and exposure in China. If things go bad with China, cooked, annihilated, exterminated, destroyed. Please, I want a war with China just so we can see Starbucks stock drop by 50%. Not really. Okay. Oh, but Starbucks pays a dividend, guys. Oh, yeah, it pays a dividend, so it's a better stock. Dutch Bros doesn't have dividend. Garbage. Complete freaking garbage. So what do you guys think? And if you use Chris Sane logic, whoa, Dutch Bros is cheaper because it's only $63 and Starbucks is $88, so Dutch Bros is cheaper. But are you bullish on Dutch Bros? Are you bullish? I don't know. Let's do some comments here. All right, somebody says ugly man finance, but oh no, you're not a member, so I can't pull up your comment. Oh no. I only do member comments. You want to insult me, you're going to pay me $4.99 a month. Join the membership on the main channel page. Alan Carlson, you didn't stream yesterday. I want the money I paid for my membership. Shut up. You didn't pay a dime, dork. And I was freaking, I had my kids over yesterday. They didn't spend the night, but I had them for a couple hours. I was exhausted. I needed a freaking break. Who would have thought selling 10 cups of coffee would be hard to grow? There's like no moat. What is the moat of Starbucks? White girls? Like, I'm Jay. And you know what it is with them? Like, let's say, something's a white girl thing, right? Their opinions can change on a dime. They just follow the herd. So if something else becomes popular, they're going to go to the other place. They have no loyalty. Come on, Starbucks. Mustafa Hussein did exactly. What did Mustafa Hussein do? He's a very good. Oh, you talking about slow-mo? Do channel members get a discount for your SCHD spreadsheet? How much was I charging for that? $15? What kind of discount do you want, Alan Carlson? It's like 15. Just okay, you know what? I'll give you a 10-cent discount. $14.90. I believe that's what the price is. There you go. There's your member discount. But if you want a sponsored video, you do get a $5 discount. That's him. Guess we all know Strongman definitely doesn't shop at Trader Joe's. Well, unfortunately, I know this may seem hypocritical, but when it comes to, I like Walmart. I used to shop at Walmart all the time, but I can't spend a lot of time cooking because I have a very tight schedule. Very tight schedule. So I was getting frozen food from Walmart, but it was so fatty and disgusting. Like there was nothing that was filling and kind of healthy. And I was like, hey, I'm going to try Trader Joe's one day. So I go to Trader Joe's and I find frozen meals for like $4.99, $5, $5.99. I'm like, dang. And they actually like don't make me feel greasy and disgusting. So I actually get my main frozen meals from Trader Joe's. Yes, I know, hypocritical. Yes, it's liberal, but hey, sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. You should make a video on the Cracker Barrel brand destructions by the DEI hire. Oh boy, if I have time tonight. I'm up 1.17% on. Oh my God. Wow. 1 year's return for VT. Ha ha ha. Someone big was loading up today. A lot more. Me and you will make a ton of. Oh yeah. We're all going to get rich. Gil buys the exact bottom, sells the top. I'm buying. I hope so. Gil recommended buying Palantir, NVIDIA, and MicroStrategy at the absolute lows. We've been crushing the market and obliterated VT. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you have. Alan Carlson, notice I didn't let you back in until a solid price. I am not like these clowns, and I do it for free. You're such a hero, Gil. Gil is a giga Chad. I'm sorry, guys. If you're not a member, I got to skip your comments, okay? You're going to pay. You are my pay pig. You will pay me money. You will give me money, and then I will read your comments. Paul for everything money is long. Of course he is. Oh, I did a DCF. No, I would know. I'm not a fan of Starbucks. If I had to choose, I would go with Dutch Bros. Not financial advice. Just get the off. Well, yeah, I do drink from my office, but some days I'm not at work. I hope Dutch Bros accepts. Oh, I hope they don't. Then I'd be bearish on it. Cash flow kings who film from their basement and no qualifications charge for their stock analysis, then copy from Capital Mindset Discord that charges too, who copy from YouTubers as well. Man, this is the Gil's getting his membership worth here, roasting Capital Mindset. I think that they will make their company really cheap today. Real, what's up? We haven't gotten a membership. Oh, boo-hoo, Gil. You know how many, I have done so many live streams and only answered your comments, okay? Do you want less live streams? I only have a certain amount of time in the day, okay? Either you get more live streams and you can interact with me, or I make more member videos. What do you want, okay? I have a full-time job. I can't just do a ton of live streams and then do member videos on top of that. And I've got my kids this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be hard to make a member video. If you don't make at least 2 live streams per day, I will unsub and sue you. People pay Jeremy 10 grand and he just screws them over. No comments. Oh, you don't make 2 live streams a day. I'm suing you. How do I send you $50 to make it? See that? Well, you're a member, so it's only $45. See the pinned comment. It's in the description, and then when the video's over, it'll be on the pinned comment. So you click the link tree. It's the CPA services. There's a link for sponsored videos. Click on that, and it'll give you all the instructions, including where to pay. The price I paid for my Dottie's Venti Dragon Fruit Frappuccino thingy. would buy 3 pounds of coffee beans. That would make me 20 pots of coffee. Starbucks is a clown. Oh, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but coffee got expensive. Okay. Like, I don't normally like notice inflation that bad. Dude, I was at Walmart, or it was like Food Lion or something. I look at the coffee and I'm like, what the heck just happened to coffee prices? I wonder if the tariffs made coffee prices go up a lot, because I was shocked. I was like, I used to pay like $13 for this. Now it's like 17 or 18. What the hell? But I got to buy my coffee. They got me by the cojones with that one. I'm addicted. I need my caffeine. I'm a very addictive person. Okay. I have this addiction, and then I have a caffeine addiction, and then sometimes the booze, but not too much. Got to be careful with that one. Slow-mo dropped out of med school. Paul made a video promoting him, saying he did something really good to start day. Yeah, don't get a real skill. Just day trade, bro. I should have dropped out of my CPA license. I should have just like quit accounting. Yeah, so I could day trade. What kind of loser works at a job in accounting? You should start reacting more to their videos. Yeah, I need to include them in the daily clown report. I need to have like a list of grifters, and then I'll check all their videos each day and then react to the best ones. Today, we're reacting to Jeremy and Kevin right after this. If a company wants to buy gold or Bitcoin, can they deduct it from their taxes? Will it be the same like getting a branch for it? No. I mean, well, buying gold and Bitcoin doesn't mean you can just deduct it. It's not like an expense. It's an investment. An investment, but it's not like a tax deduction. I'll be nice and offer you. Oh, get out of here, grifter. You didn't even pay for your membership. Trader Joe's has a coin. Joe, you. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Speaking as a pay pick, skip the member vids and keep the streams. Yeah, I mean, that's the choice, to be perfectly honest. Like, I can't do 2-3 live streams a day and then make a member video. It's like one or the other. I don't understand the target audience for Cash Flow Kings. I thought it was a dividend investing channel, but they talk about hash. Oops, probably shouldn't have said that word. And other stuff. They don't appear to have any qualification. Nobody on YouTube has qualifications. I'm not even qualified to talk about stocks. I'm a CPA. Do CPAs do stock analysis? I can read financial statements. Yes, I'm very good at that. And I'm good at taxes. As a matter of fact, I could be your CPA anytime you want for any tax year, including the upcoming tax year. If you want to book a free 30-minute consultation with a certified public accountant, I do business and or personal taxes any state in the United States with upfront quotes. See the pinned comment at the conclusion of this video. 30-minute free consultation. Nobody's qualified, okay? What I don't like is people lying. I don't like liars. If you buy a stock and you lose money on it, just admit it. If you're not beating the market, just admit it. Don't deceive. I don't like deceivers. The Buddha says that desire leads to suffering. Why do I have to send a W-9 to customers that are paying me when I go to Walmart? If I ask them a W-9, or is it all via? Well, it's mostly like for self-employed, because you know if you pay somebody, you have to generate a 1099. You have to report to the government when you pay somebody. Well, they just changed it. I think it's the rules 2000 now. But you get the W-9 to get their tax information, and then you generate 1099s by January 31st of the following year to report that that person received income. So it's on you to report it to the government that that person received income. It's a requirement. That's why you do W-9s. It's just an information form. You don't submit a W-9 to the IRS. It's just an information form. The daily count report is the greatest thing. I like it. I like how where this channel is going. I do. I think I've made some good decisions. You know, I think I can definitely grow my audience over time. Maybe I'll have 20K subs by 2050. Investment can't be deducted from taxes. Please explain. Oh, okay. Like, you're gonna need like a sponsored video, dude. I can't go into like when you buy. Okay, when you buy a stock, do you automatically deduct that from your taxes? No, you don't. Now, if you have a loss, yes. But if you just buy a stock, you don't just deduct it from your taxes. You have to sell it and realize a loss. I lost respect for them when, along with Capital Mindset, fluffed it. What's the title of the? You know, Alan emailed. Okay, you know, Alan, send me $14.90 and I'll send you the tool. Okay, there you go. And email me. $2 super chat. Thank you, good sir. Let's do a paid video where we all meditate. We'll just sit here in silence for like 30 minutes. Shukalaka, shukalaka, yeah. We should do a Zoom. Oh, that'd be a disaster. You know my stand. I agree with you. That kid on Cashflow Kings looks like he's 19. I think he is. Who would listen to someone that young? You'd be surprised. I don't know the background of the other guy. Why are we hating on Cashflow Kings in this video? And we can test out your psychic ability. I have zero psychic abilities. They are sellout clowns. They are sellout clowns. Members only, strongman finance and meditation. Okay, Maximilian's mad here. He says, WTF scammer, answer me too. Get a membership, brokey. And no, we're not doing that. You can do that. I know you haven't sold. Actually, I have. I actually did. I did. I'd affiliate that when I pay my car shop. You don't have to do that. Are you self-employed or are you just a dude shopping at a store? You know, if it's a corporation, they don't receive 1099s. You don't send a 1099 for an S corp or a C corporation. So this is a complex. Okay. It's not complex, but it's like you can't. It's not just a generic like, oh, you got to send it or you don't have to send it. Okay. There's more to it, but generally it's for self-employed people that aren't corporations incorporated. Cashflow Kings got the green light when they started promoting degeneracy and trying to build stocks. Okay. We're going on to the next video. You guys can. We're going to react to Jeremy and Kevin. I got to find the videos to react to. Anyway, like, subscribe, consider joining as a member to support the channel, and you get to interact with me directly. If you give me money, I pull up your comments on live streams. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, you know you want to do it, okay? Oh, we got another super chat from Major Minor. That dress makes you look something. You keep sending me super chats. Maybe I will have to wear a dress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby. Anyway, thank you for all the support, everybody. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the super chats, Major Minor. You are the best pay pig. You are the best pay pig on the world. All right, stand by for the next video. Look, if you have a business, dude, we should talk. Like, do consulting. I'm serious. We should consult one-on-one. Yes, you're going to have to pay for it. Anyway, like, subscribe, check out my tax preparation services. You can book a free 30-minute consultation. Any state in the United States, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Any state in the United States, business and or personal taxes, I got you, okay? Free consultations are for tax preparation, but if you want consulting, like you have questions about your business, yes, I'm going to charge, okay? All right, guys, talk to you soon.